What's up, beautiful people? Welcome to my channel. For you, what is the most thing you have seen in your entire life? A successful day to all the viewers out there. I am here again to bring you another real research story. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing and tap the notification bell down there for you to be notified whenever I have new real research trivia video. So, let's get started.
The Great Wall of China is a series of fortifications built along the northern borders of China to protect against invasions and raids from nomadic tribes. The wall stretches over 13,000 miles (21,000 kilometers) and was built over several centuries, starting in the 7th century BC and continuing through the Ming Dynasty 1368–1644 AD. The wall was constructed using a variety of materials, including brick, tamped earth, and stone, and was fortified with guard towers, battlements, and moats. It is one of the most famous and impressive architectural feats in human history, and has been recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1987. The Great Wall was not built all at once. It was constructed over a period of more than 2,000 years, beginning in the 7th century BC and continuing through the Ming Dynasty 1368–1644 AD. During this time, different sections of the wall were built, rebuilt, and expanded by different Chinese dynasties. The Great Wall was not just built using stone and brick, but also using other materials such as tamped earth, wood, and compacted gravel. The type of material used depended on the availability of local resources, the terrain, and the purpose of the wall in that particular section. The construction of the Great Wall began in the 7th century BC, during the Zhou dynasty, and continued through the Ming dynasty, which lasted from 1368 to 1644 AD. The majority of the wall that still exists today was built during the Ming dynasty. The Great Wall was not built all at once, but rather in sections over a period of centuries. Different dynasties and rulers built different parts of the wall, and the wall was continuously repaired and rebuilt over time. The Great Wall was not just a physical barrier, but also a symbolic one. The wall was seen as a symbol of the strength and unity of the Chinese people, and was an important element of China's national identity. Contrary to popular belief, the Great Wall was not visible from space until the invention of high-resolution satellite photography. However, it is still an impressive feat of engineering and construction. The Great Wall is not one continuous structure, but rather a series of walls, towers, and fortifications built along China's northern borders. The different sections of the wall vary in length, height, and construction materials. The Great Wall was not always effective in preventing invasions. In fact, several conquerors, including the Mongols under Genghis Khan and the Manchus under Qing dynasty, were able to breach the wall and invade China. The Great Wall was not always called the Great Wall in China. In Mandarin Chinese, it is known as Chongcheng, which means long wall. The name Great Wall was first used by English speakers in the 18th century. The Great Wall was not just a military defense structure, but also served as a transportation and communication route. It was used to transport troops, goods, and information across China's vast territory. The construction of the Great Wall was a massive undertaking that required the labor of millions of workers over several centuries. It is estimated that over 1 million people died during the construction of the wall due to accidents, disease, and exhaustion. The Great Wall is not completely straight, but rather follows the natural contours of the terrain. This allowed it to take advantage of natural obstacles, such as hills and mountains, to enhance its defensive capabilities. The Great Wall is not the only wall built in China to defend against invasions. There are actually several walls built throughout China's history, including the Han Wall, the Northern Qi Wall, and the Sui Wall. The Great Wall was not always a popular tourist attraction. In fact, during the Cultural Revolution in the 1960s and 1970s, many sections of the wall were destroyed or damaged as part of the government's campaign to eradicate old customs, old culture, old habits, and old ideas. The Great Wall was not always continuous along China's northern borders. In some areas, the wall was interrupted by natural obstacles, such as rivers and mountains, or by strategic gaps that allowed armies to pass through. The Great Wall was not built solely by the Chinese. In some sections, the wall was constructed by the Mongols, the Manchus, and other nomadic tribes who conquered China and then used the wall to defend their new territories. The Great Wall is not just a single wall, but a complex network of walls, towers, and fortifications that span over 13,000 miles (21,000 kilometers) across China. Some sections of the wall are over 25 feet (7.6 meters) high, while others are only a few feet tall. The Great Wall was not always successful in repelling invaders. In some cases, invading armies were able to bypass the wall by going around it or by bribing the guards. The Great Wall was also vulnerable to attacks from within, as some sections of the wall were guarded by corrupt officials or ineffective soldiers. The Great Wall is not just a tourist attraction, but also an important site for scientific research. In recent years, scientists have used satellite imaging and other technologies to study the structure, composition, and environmental impact of the wall. The Great Wall has inspired many legends, myths, and stories throughout Chinese history. One of the most famous legends is the story of Meng Zhongnu, a young woman who wept so bitterly when her husband was conscripted to work on the wall that her tears caused a section of the wall to collapse. The Great Wall has been the subject of numerous works of literature, art, and music throughout the world. It has also been featured in many movies, TV shows, and video games, cementing its status as one of the most recognizable symbols of Chinese culture. The Great Wall is not just one continuous wall, but a series of walls, fortresses, and watchtowers built across China's northern borders. It is estimated that there are over 10,000 surviving sections of the wall, ranging in length from a few hundred feet to several miles. The Great Wall is not just a physical structure, but also a symbol of China's cultural identity and national pride. It has become an important part of Chinese art, literature, and folklore, and is considered one of the country's most iconic landmarks. The Great Wall has faced many challenges over the centuries, including erosion, natural disasters, and human activities such as vandalism and looting. Today, many sections of the wall are in a state of disrepair and require restoration and conservation efforts. The Great Wall has been visited by many famous figures throughout history, including Marco Polo, Richard Nixon, and Barack Obama. Today, it remains a popular destination for tourists from around the world, attracting millions of visitors each year. Contrary to popular belief, the Great Wall is not a single continuous wall, but rather a series of walls, trenches, and natural barriers built in strategic locations along the northern border of China. The purpose of the Great Wall was to provide a formidable obstacle to potential invaders, forcing them to take longer, more circuitous routes or simply deterring them from invading altogether. Today, many sections of the Great Wall are open to tourists, and visitors can hike or take a cable car to reach the top of the wall and enjoy panoramic views of the surrounding countryside. The Great Wall remains one of the most iconic symbols of China's rich cultural history and is an enduring testament to the ingenuity and resourcefulness of the ancient Chinese civilization. In addition, the Great Wall is a symbol of China's rich cultural heritage and is considered one of the 7 wonders of the world. It is also an important economic resource, as it attracts millions of tourists from around the world each year. Thank you for watching.